Guys, don't forget, as part of the Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel, for $5 every month, not only do you get every episode of the Pete and Sebastian show a day early with no commercials, but you also get Loose Ends live every Tuesday, all for $5. Sebastian comes on all the time, and we take calls, and we do it every Tuesday. So there you go. We'll see you over there on Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel, Loose Ends. Thanks to Seed for sponsoring this episode. Do you feel like every health recommendation is complicated, hard to stick to, and expensive? You're never sure exactly what's going to be good and help with digestion and what's going to, just leave you feeling healthier, right? I know. I've been there. Seed's DSO1 is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic that promotes benefits in and beyond your gut. DSO1 is formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains to support whole body benefits, including gut health, skin health, heart health, immune health, gut barrier integrity, gut microbiome balance, and micronutrient synthesis. And just 2 capsules a day. I mean, I'm blown away by that. How about you, Sebastian? Do you use this stuff yet?
I couldn't wait to chime in on this thing. We've been taking Seed now for a while, and it's just so damn easy. It's just great. My digestion feels great. My stomach feels great. My gut feels great. I feel great. I feel lighter, bro, and less weighed down. And Seed doesn't even need a refrigerator. All right? Get great gut health for less than $2 a day by going to seed.com/thecast and use the code 25thecast to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed DSO1 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/thecast, code 25thecast. Hold up. Don't skip through this ad with that 30-second skip through. All right, this is one you want to hear, ZocDoc, and we thank ZocDoc for sponsoring us. There's certain times in life where fit really matters, like when you're picking out some new sneakers, starting a marathon. Ask Jackie. She's running marathons constantly, going to go to Japan and knock out 7. So you're switching to a new brand of boxer brief. That's a huge deal, right? What are we going to do? How's the underwear going to fit? Or you're pulling the trigger on buying an engagement ring. And fit also really matters when it comes to finding the right doctor for your specific needs. You shouldn't have to compromise, people, and you don't have to with ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and a website where you could search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, click, instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health. And guys, please clean your teeth. There's too many people out there right now who have periodontal disease, and you can smell them coming from the parking lot. Eye care to skin care and much, much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score a same-day appointment, right, Pete?
Oh, absolutely. And listen, the next time, I know for me, when I'm looking for a doctor, I'm using ZocDoc. It's so easy and helpful. I'm also using a water pick based on Sebastian's last comment. But so to stop putting off those doctor's appointment and go to ZocDoc.com/thecast to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/thecast. ZocDoc.com/thecast and hook yourself up with a doctor.
Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. Now, creating really great retail experience is tough, especially with multiple stores, teams of staff, fulfillment centers, separate workflows. It's a lot, people, but with Shopify Point of Sale, you can do it all without complexity. Shopify's Point of Sale system is a unified command center for your retail business. It brings together in-store and online operations, even across 1,000 locations. Imagine being able to guarantee that shopping is just always convenient, right, Pete?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Endless aisle, ship to customer, buy online, pick up in store, all made simpler so customers can shop how and where they want, and staff have the tools they need to close the sale every time. And let's face it, acquiring new customers is expensive. With Shopify POS, you can keep existing shoppers coming back to your stores with consistent, tailored experiences and first-party data that gives marketing teams a competitive edge. Want more? Check out shopify.com/thecast all lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experiences without complexity. Shopify.com/thecast.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
All right, welcome to the Pete and Sebastian Show. Pete Correale, Sebastian Maniscalco. I am wearing a gift today. I have to give a shout out to Burnley FC. That's JJ Watt's soccer team. Kind enough to send some new merch here from Travis Matthew. So thank you, JJ Watt, for sending this over. Also got some socks from the team. I tell you what, socks are underrated as a gift, bro. Always looking for a nice pair of socks, and just something to think about with the holidays around the corner. Socks for either fathers or sons or what have you. What's your take on socks? Let me get your take on socks as far as what type of sock does Correale wear with his boot while he's performing? Is it a dress sock? Is it a thick sock, athletic sock? What kind of socks you got on?
I go black, always black, no white sock, first of all. And it's just a basic, not too thick, definitely not a dress sock. Those are too thin. That's like skin. And that's it. And God forbid, and the pant comes up a little high, God forbid, and you see some sock, you're not even going to be sure if you saw sock, boot, or jean because it's dark. Guy, I'm thrown. Me and Watt are done, bro. We're done. To give you a sweatshirt, there's a fame level.
I knew you were going to.
And the sweatshirt can be seen. That. Socks are just socks. So I don't get socks because no one sees your socks and goes, "Oh, Sebastian wears those." And then there's the come on down to see how the sausage is made, and then the text saying, "Don't come down, you're not invited." Now no socks. Wow.
I knew you were going to take this the wrong way.
I don't think, seriously, I'm just joking around. I'm trying to bust his chops. I don't really have a thing about socks, man. I just like a dark sock that's comfortable. I don't wear those kind of dress pants where the sock shows a lot. If I did, a sock would be a big thing. But I don't like when guys get overly, like all of a sudden his pant comes up and it's like a little mini saxophones, like that kind of fucking thing. Because he's a musician or something. I don't. It's not part of the outfit. It's a fucking thing to keep my foot protected and warm. Your turn.
I agree. I don't think. I don't like the decorative sock look where a guy crosses his legs and he's got balloons on his socks or whatever the hell he's got. Exactly, I'm into for a solid sock look, and I feel that's the way to go, especially as an adult, especially when you're 50. Past 50, I don't think you're wearing anything decorative. In your 20s, I think you could get away with it. Not even that, bro. What am I saying? I've never wore decorative socks.
No, right? I mean,
although let me pause right here. My father does this. He wears decorative socks, but his sock is more like little green specks or a little design, like a little like maybe black and white lines. Okay. There's lines? There's no like lines, like
okay.
Like like just like pattern. He has patterned socks. What's your take on a patterned sock?
Oh, man, your dad comes from a generation. My dad kind of did that too. So like, you grandfathered in with that look. But I'm trying to. So I really can't say either way. But like, you have a tendency to dress European sometimes with like your sneakers, your jackets. Am I wrong to say that? Like I see them when I'm in Rome. They kind of wear what you wear sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it European, let's go ahead and call it European because that sounds a lot better than anything else, I would say.
Well, I mean, just the other night I was talking to you about your sneakers and you said they were European, right? The black ones. Like you don't even wear.
Guy.
What?
There's the difference between European and Italian.
Well, that's what I meant. Okay, but I see Italians. This is the part I've never seen you do, and I'm asking why, because it seems like something you would do. They wear the suits that, like, with the pants that are too short, and fancy shoes, and nice socks. And you've embraced a lot of the casual Italian attire. But then when it comes to dress up formal, you go American more.
I do have a lot of suits. The reason I don't wear suits is when I bought a lot of the suits, I was about 12 pounds lighter. So you ever put well, you don't have a problem with weight though.
I do.
You ever put a pair of pants on? Bro, come on. I seen you work. By the way, we got so much to get into. Let me just sidestep here and talk about the way you work out. I want to give this visual to the audience, which I've never seen before in my life. So Pete and I spent a good portion of the last 25 days together, and I would see Pete in the gym. Pete loves to do the elliptical machine, and what I've noticed is Pete works out with his eyes closed, which I've never seen before, and I want you to give a peek into the listeners here of, are you so into the music, or like, where do you go with your eyes? Because it's not this. I'm gonna give you an example. It's not this eyes shut. It's not this. It's this. It's like a hard squint.
It is. It is.
And I literally stood next to you while you were on the treadmill. I stood next to you for a good 15 seconds, maybe even 20. You didn't even notice I was there. You didn't even feel another human being next to you. What the hell are you thinking of when your eyes are shut?
You're right. I got the music on. And by the way, I do cardio because I like to drink beer. So I got to get that out of me. And then usually every other day I'll do some weightlifting. Nothing heavy, but so it's not just all cardio. But yeah, I want to get it done. And it's got to be at 45 minutes at least, usually another 15 on a row. And I put on music I love, my head down, I get into the music, and it's like I equate it to like a woman or a man who loves to dance, and they just go and they rave and they're just dancing and like for an hour. That's what I do workout wise, man. I just take it to that level, eyes closed and go, I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, I got to commend you though on the workouts. I mean, you're in there for about an hour on that thing, and you are sweating out a lot of that beer that you intake during a normal evening. So kudos to you. But again,
can I say your workout?
Oh, good.
It's a little too casual. It's a little too casual. I'll push you a little harder, but it's a delicate thing because you're also going to play in front of thousands of people. So I don't want to burn you into the ground. So like, I mean, I'm only doing 15 minutes. And even then I'm like, I got the show tonight. I should probably stop there, let alone headlining the whole damn thing in an arena.
It is very casual. There's some ailments that I'm dealing with. I don't want to push it where I possibly get hurt and I can't do the show. So yes, it is very casual. It's just for movement purposes only, just to get the body stretched out and whatnot. But you pegged it right. There is not a lot of exertion going on.
You should do more stretching, bro. You should just make it full on. That's the biggest thing with us as we get older, man. I can work out all I want, but I can't bend down to lift up a pencil without it being a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I totally agree with you.
Stretch it.
So you pegged it right, and I also want to talk to you, speaking of working out, about what we dealt with at the last stop we had, where we were in the gym, and there was a guy in the gym, and he was bothering me with the sounds coming out of his body and where he constantly was. Like you're in the gym and you feel like your wherever you go, there's always somebody there. Like they're doing almost the same workout you're doing. It's like, guy,
Yeah.
I saw you doing the, what do you call it? The row machine.
Yeah.
And there was another row machine next to you.
Yeah.
And he started to row as you were rowing. Now, I'm sorry. If I do rowing and I see that there's an empty row machine next to a guy that's already rowing, I don't do rowing that day.
Right.
Done. I'm on a treadmill. I don't know. What the fuck was that, man?
And especially because the whole gym is empty. So, and no one rows that long. Wait the 10 minutes. So then my phone is kind of like near his row machine. I'm like, do I move? I can't believe you said that, because when you said it, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, do I move my phone? And I'm like, guy, what are we, fucking dating? Get the fuck out of here. Like you're right on top of my shit. You know? I can't stand when I do, like, another thing I'll do is, oh, by the way, he was stretching right in the middle of the gym. There's so many nooks and crannies. Take it, you know? Mm-hmm. I feel, though, sometimes when you're working out in a hotel gym, I feel like a lot of times we're dealing with amateur hour, like people that maybe don't go to normal gyms. Maybe they have a little something at home. Maybe they don't normally work out. And then, you know, so, yeah, that guy kind of annoyed me, too. I got to be honest. But when I'm done with like if I do dumbbells or something, and then I go over here to do something else, and it's clear that I'm going back and forth, don't slide in there and get a thing in. Just wait till I'm done. Yeah.
I will adjust my workout to where people are in the gym. I'll do a machine that I've never done before to avoid someone doing something near a machine I wanted to use.
Yeah,
I might do a body part that I've never even tried before, just to avoid people.
Well, you're so self-aware. You're probably like me. Again, Larry Bird-like instincts. I'll be using a machine, and I notice somebody else is working their way down machine to machine, and I'm like, they're gonna want the machine I'm on probably within about 15 minutes. So let me finish this up so they can keep. And I feel like they're like, the guy sees them coming down the line of machines. So it works both ways. Even with you, we say hello, and then we kind of give each other space, you know, and we know each other, man. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of chit-chat with you and I in the gym. Although this guy, the sounds coming out of this guy is another thing that bothered me. He sat down on that rowing machine, and he started with a, I'm like, hey, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're not at home.
I know. Yeah, well. Sometimes when I'm at home, I just did this morning, I was working, I just yell out I'm on the Stairmaster and just yell out a random, fuck. And Jackie's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. It just sucks. It just sucks. Doesn't it suck? Can't get enough. That's why Louis C.K. always had so much great material. He never worked out a day in his life, just fucking writing all morning. I'm like, I'll write after I work out, and then I'm exhausted. And then it's like, I don't know, man. Bro, the shows have been amazing. I know, you know, you're a humble guy and you don't want to hear it, but like you're just doing so good, and it's been such an incredible experience. Oh, another one I want to point out though too is, this is so funny. One day, this is for the listeners, I wasn't working out. I guess you weren't. I think it was a Sunday, but I'm going to do, because we're in these awesome hotels with the saunas and the steam room. So I go to do the steam room and it's not working. I can't get it to work. So I go in the sauna, which I don't like as much. And I'm sitting in there, and then you've come in. I didn't know you were coming. You didn't know I was there. Fully garbed, like, you know, with a sweat. I don't like that. I don't like what you did. I don't like when guys come into steam rooms and saunas with their fucking sweatsuits on. Sorry, you're dropping all these F-bombs. Like they're trying to drop weight for a boxing match. Hood. I think you had a hood on too. No, but you had a sweatshirt, sweatpants, headphones. And I'm calling out Sebastian's name, and I know he saw enough to know there's somebody else in there. I know he didn't see my face. But as I'm like, I'm going, hey, man. And then it was, I wonder how a fan would have reacted, like, but I knew right away that you heard me, but that you probably thought I was somebody who, like, you know, wanted to say, I'm a fan. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, he thinks it. So I go, yo, and I yell like, yo, louder. And I'm like, what's he thinking now? Is he thinking, holy shit, this is a psycho fan? And then I got up and I went over, I tapped your knee. And you gave me a look like you were ready to call the fucking police. And then all of a sudden you saw it was me. And you're like, bro, I thought, and I'm like, I know what you thought. It was, oh my God, that was funny.
No, I was pissed off, right? It's just like when I go in there.
Yeah.
In a steam room or a sauna, I just like to be alone. I just like to be alone. And then I saw a body in there. I didn't even clock it was you. I just saw a body in there. I'm like, oh, this fucking asshole. Like right. Right from the get-go, I'm like, this motherfucker had to be in here today. So I sit down, right? And then I hear you chirping. I go, oh, fuck, this guy wants to talk now. This guy wants to talk to me now. And I had like those noise-canceling headphones on, so I thought I could get away with, oh, he's probably listening to loud music. He can't hear me. Yeah, but then I keep hearing the chirping. I go, what the fuck is wrong with this psycho, right? And then I get a fucking tap on the knee, and I'm like, this guy want to fuck me? And I was like,
oh shit.
So, and then I saw he's like, all right. So then you were there. You were in there, right?
Yeah.
And then you went out. Were we in the sauna or were we in the steam? Where were we?
I was in this. We were in the sauna, but then you said you were just in the steam, I think, and I said, oh, in my head I was like, oh, maybe it's fixed because it didn't work for me. So I went back in there. I couldn't get it to work, and then I came back and asked you to show me how it works.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for Seed for sponsoring this episode. Do you feel like every health recommendation is complicated, hard to stick to, and expensive? You are never sure exactly what is right for you, going to help with digestion, and just leave you feeling healthier? I know. I've been there. Seed's DS-01 is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic that promotes benefits in and beyond your gut. DS-01 is formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains to support whole body benefits, including gut health, skin health, heart health, immune health, gut barrier integrity. I mean, it goes on and on. Gut microbiome balance, bro. I was looking for something that would help with my gut microbiome balance. This is it, bro. Micronutrient synthesis? Come on. I woke up last night in a sweat going, what the fuck is going on with my micronutrient synthesis? It just
That's it. That's because you got them 24 strains. 24. 2 capsules, that's it?
2 capsules gives you all that health. 81% of the members feel less sluggish after meals after starting DS-01, bro. I could vouch for that. I know I have a sandwich. I want to go fall asleep. I take my 2 capsules. Boom. I'm painting the gutters. And 87% of the members feel more in control of their whole body health since starting DS-01.
It's amazing, man. You know, I mean, I don't know what those other 13% have been doing because we've been taking Seed for a while now, and it's just so easy. The case it comes in is great, simple to travel with. I don't normally say this out loud, but my digestion feels great. My stomach feels great. My gut feels great. I feel great. I feel lighter and less weighed down. And Seed doesn't even need refrigeration on top of everything else. So, you know, gosh forbid you lose your power, you still don't lose your Seed. Get great gut health for less than $2 a day by going to seed.com/thecast and use the code 25thecast to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/thecast. Code 25thecast.
Thanks to ZocDoc again for sponsoring this episode of the Pete and Sebastian Show. There's a certain times in life where fit really matters, like when you're picking out sneakers, maybe starting a marathon, switching over to some new underwear, or you're pulling the trigger on buying an engagement ring. And fit also really matters when it comes to finding the right doctor for your specific needs. You shouldn't have to compromise for that, people, and you don't have to thanks to ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you could search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs. Click instantly and book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health, dental health, care to skin. You could filter through the doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need that you might even have, and who are highly rated by verified patients. You could also see the actual appointment openings. Choose a time that works for you and click to instantly book a visit. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You could even score same-day appointments. Listen, next time I'm looking for a doctor, I'm using ZocDoc. It's so easy and helpful. So stop putting off the doctor's appointment, people, and go to the website, ZocDoc.com/thecast, to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/thecast, ZocDoc.com/thecast. Thank you for Shopify. Shouts out to Shopify for sponsoring this episode of the Pete and Sebastian Show. Creating really great retail experience is tough, people, especially with multiple stores, teams of staff, fulfillment centers, separate workflows. It's a lot. But with Shopify Point of Sale, you could do it all with complexity. Cha-ching! Go ahead and take this, Pete, while I get my breath back. Go ahead.
All right. Shopify's point-of-sale system is a unified command center for your retail business. Think about that, man. All in one thing. It brings together in-store and online operations, even across 1,000 locations. Imagine being able to guarantee that shopping is just always convenient. Endless aisle, ship to customer, buy online, pick up in store, all made simpler so customers can shop how and where they want, and staff have the tools they need to close the sale every time. And let's face it, acquiring new customers is expensive. With Shopify POS, you can keep existing customers coming back to your stores with consistent, tailored experiences and first-party data that gives marketing teams a competitive edge. You want more? Check out Shopify.com/thecast, all lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experiences without complexity. Shopify.com/thecast. But I have a question. So you're telling me then, if I walk into a sauna or steam at a high-end hotel and I immediately see clearly it's fucking Brad Pitt or Tommy C, I can't even just go, as they're walking out, I'm sorry, I just have to say, huge fan. Thank you for all the stuff, man. Thank you. I can't, like, you think that's all? It is like almost, it's a little too intimate. It's a little too intimate. You can't talk to a man in a steam room or a sauna unless it's family or friend.
I agree. I've always been quiet. When people engage, Jock did this the other day. Jock went in to a steam room and he sat down and then was uncomfortable and like tapped his pockets like he forgot something and walked out. He did a fake tap and walked out because he didn't want to be in there with the guy. It's not anything about, it's just about in a steam room or a sauna, there's behavior in there, and it's just not sexual behavior. It's a guy will like take like you had a towel on, right?
Yeah.
A lot. Sometimes guys will like put the towel on and they're just naked and they're scratching. I just don't want to hear any of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I just want to be in my own thing. I want to sweat. I want to think. I want to like maybe meditate. If I got a guy over here fucking grunting or laying, I don't want to fucking see it. I'm out.
But but why is it acceptable to I've seen it too, to like what they do, folks, they open up their towel so their ass is on the towel, but their balls and everything is hanging out. This ain't your shower, man. This is not your shower. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
That's sexual. No, you should get kicked out of the fucking hotel for that. I'm sorry. I keep dropping F-bombs. I'm sorry, folks. I swear to God. I mean.
Well, here's something that I can't stand either. Some guys won't even put a fucking towel on. They walk in naked, no towel, no nothing, bare ass on the seat, and they're just sitting there, no sandals, no nothing. I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of the damn steam room. This ain't.
No. I
went the opposite way. I came in fully clothed.
Yeah.
Which I know you have a problem with.
You came in like maintenance. I thought you were going to work on it. I was like, oh, there must be something wrong with this thing. Where's his toolbox? Holy shit. Like you just finished lunch. And you sat down like Stallone after he chased the chicken with the gray sweatsuit on. Oh.
with the pocket. By the way, Stallone, Rocky 1, again, and we've talked about this on the cast, the fact that Stallone had a gray sweatsuit with a homemade pocket up by his left pec, which I'm sorry, I'm surprised that clothing manufacturers haven't implemented a pec pocket for your right hand based on the Stallone Rocky movie.
You're right. You're right, man.
Oh shit.
So did you notice sorry to cut you off, but by the way, knee, just to let you know, I don't know if they could see it out there in TV land.
Sorry.
When you when I went in the steam room, the last place we were, it blasted so much before I even got in it, that you can't see, right? So do you ever do, and do you feel, I feel as an obligation as a man, when you're in it, it's steaming like that and someone comes in, you ever give the little, just so they know there's another man in here in the corner, so don't wander around, just sit on the ledge and shut up, you know what I mean? And when I go in, I'm like, just to let anyone in there know, because you can't see your hand in front of your face, man. And, next thing you know, you could be, with those levels, you could be staring right at a dick.
So I like your move. I don't do that move, but when I enter a steam room and it is foggy and I can't see, what I do is I don't even move. By the way, is another thing I didn't like what you did. I don't even know if you noticed it.
Oh,
I clocked it. When you leave a steam room, bro.
Yeah.
You close that door right away.
Oh, the sauna, I didn't close it fast enough?
Bro, you were talking to me. You opened the door and you said, hey, the steam over here, the heat is escaping. I go, bro.
I was doing that partially out of concern for you. Remember what I said when I left? I said, sit near the red button just in case you fucking start to have a heart attack. Jesus Christ. That's how Martin Lawrence collapsed, bro. Remember that? He was jogging in your outfit. But yeah, okay. In and out. Duly noted. And open that shit, not a casual. Fast.
Yeah, even when I enter a steam room, I close that right behind me because I don't know who's in there. I don't want this thing to escape, so I close it right behind me. And what I do is I don't even sit down. It's almost like getting your eyes adjusted to the dark. Like when you walk in a dark room, you can't see anything, but then after a while, you start to see shadows and whatnot. Same thing in the steam room. I sit there and I have my eyes acclimate to the surroundings. And then I'll start to look. I go, oh, there's a white towel. Someone's sitting on to the right. Oh, there's a foot. It will all start to kind of... And what I do is another thing. Because I don't want to sit down right away. I don't want to go into that smog and then see if I could find a seat. What I do if I walk in and I start seeing a lot of people in there, or two people or one, I'll stand there like this is my routine. I stand.
Yeah.
And I'll stand the whole time until people start leaving. Then I'll sit down.
Does that all fall under when we get to be 80 and everyone always seems to have this revelation at 80 that I wish I didn't care so much what other people thought, right? And my life would have been so much freer. But I don't think it's that, because it's not that you care what they think, it's what you think. I don't want to sit next to you.
Yeah, it's not them, it's me.
Oh, that's great. I got to get one of those at home, man, because, I would like to maybe lay down, and it would probably be nice to get naked and just take it all in, but you got to own one, like a shower.
Yeah,
I don't even get naked in the locker in the hotel, do you?
No. None of that shit.
Yeah. I do the Lori Petty from Point Break, where the towel's wrapped around me and the shorts come back up over the towel, under the towel, and then I could take the towel off. Because
Well
and I think the Four Seasons guy in there who was like cleaning all the flip flops and stuff, I think he appreciates that he doesn't have to look at my penis while he's working. It's a courtesy. It's a courtesy, wouldn't you say? Guy probably didn't even have lunch yet. It was only 11:30. He's gonna have fucking Caesar salad, thinking about my old dick.
Oh wow, bro, we didn't even we didn't even have a podcast. We started the trip in Orlando.
Yeah,
and we played basketball. Now, if you listen to the podcast and you're a regular here at the Pete and Sebastian show, you know that Pete played basketball in college, Division III, and I've always questioned Pete's ability to play, and I saw it firsthand. And I have to tell you, it was a beautiful thing to see, bro. I really was impressed. Really was impressed with your athleticism and your shot. You had a nice flick with fingers coming off the wrist.
Thanks, man.
But the sleeper here was Pat. I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I think Pat maybe missed his calling and could have been a point guard for the Sacramento Kings. This guy was launching them from didn't miss.
Yeah,
it was like Steph Curry.
He reminded me, actually, more of like who that was a Steve Kerr, who like you didn't know where he was when you were a Bulls fan, right? You didn't know where he was, and all of a sudden Jordan would kick it out, just ding, swish. Yeah, he went. McGann went all the way around, swished them all. Didn't even miss once, man. Just on fire. On fire.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, we played some basketball, and I gotta tell you, man, after playing basketball, and I played some yesterday with my son.
Yeah.
We just put a hoop in at the house here. And we lowered it to about 7.5 feet so he could like heave them up.
Nice.
So I'm like 7.5 feet. You know, we used to lower the net growing up, and we used to dunk.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me dunk, bro. I went up to dunk. Felt like I had cement in my fucking feet. I barely got the damn thing over the rim, and I'm thinking to myself, you got to be shitting me. When the fuck did I become a guy who was unable to get off the ground?
Right. Wow. It was interesting watching. By the way, I appreciate that you get out there and you're at it and you like, let's play some hoop and stuff. But when you were shooting the 3-pointers, it was just like, I don't know how else to describe it. It was just like tossing a medicine ball. It was like, it was getting more and more exhausting with every toss for you. And when you threw it, it was just kind of like, if it went in, it would be a fucking miracle. I don't even give a shit. So, and I was tired too when we were shooting those 3-pointers. I'm like, why am I tired from throwing a basketball? Well, when do we just slide in to, and I'm not ready yet, and I know you're not either, but when do you slide into that second half of life where you do it like the De Niro and Pacino, and Clooney is kind of doing it now, and Garcia, where like, I don't even know if Andy Garcia has running sneakers anymore. Right? Just maybe a pair that you wear on a fucking sailboat. I don't think he's like moved faster than that, right? And it's like they just go, I'm not doing any of that anymore. You know what I mean?
I think the goal is to do it more often so you don't become like stationary and stagnant. You know, like I'm playing with my son and I can't even hit on a 7.5 foot rim. And he even goes, Daddy, you ain't hitting anything. Even my son's looking at me like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Sinatra was your age, would he be shooting with his son, or would he be sipping an espresso with a cigarette off to the side going, follow through, son? Like, would he still be being active? And then you got the other side where you got Sandler, who, it's from what I hear with Adam Sandler, this guy's still doing the pick and roll. He'll be doing it into 68 years older, you know? I mean, at some point.
I feel Sinatra was probably playing basketball with his son, but he had a beautiful slack on with some Italian loafers, cigarette hanging out of his mouth, had to put down the drink, and he would just drain it. I just feel like Sinatra was just, whatever he did, it was just cool.
Yeah. But can you get that back? Could you go to your trainer jock and say, I want to get more jumpy and physical and what I used to be, or is that ship gone?
I don't think the ship is gone, but the ship is definitely setting sail. What I want to do is, to your point, do a lot more stretching, flexibility. I feel like with all the travel and all the different beds, I just feel like my body is taken. It's just over the last 12 to 15 years that the travel has kind of beaten my body up, and I haven't done enough to combat what has happened to it. So I don't think it's gone. And yesterday with my son, I played about an hour with him. I felt like I gotta step it up. I gotta step it up a notch. I'd like to play a little 2-on-2.
Yeah.
But I'm playing 2-on-2. Like, even when we were playing, I was playing in fear that I was gonna fall.
Right. Yeah. Or you're just gonna move too fast one way. But the thing that's so crazy is we were all playing like that. So like, except Jock. So like, I'm like, oh, he Sebastian's gonna blow by me, and then I'm like, well, he can't go anywhere either. I mean, so we're all just doing everything in slow motion.
Slow motion, bro. It was all. I mean, for me, it was awful. It was. You know what it is, and I'm making excuses.
Yeah.
I don't have the hands for basketball. I have very small hands. And when I'm gripping a basketball, to your point, it is like a big medicine ball. I feel like I have no control over it. I can't even. I feel like you have a hand that is accustomed to fitting around a ball. I don't have that hand, bro. It's very small, and it's just not good.
Well, a neighbor of mine once said, from the time Correale was 10 till the time he was 18, I never saw him without a basketball in his hand. And then from 18 on, I never saw him without a beer in his hand.
So, speaking of beer and whatnot, we went out to dinner the other night, right?
Yeah. There's been some fun things, man.
Yeah, it was one of the best nights I've ever been a part of. It's just as far as fun, and we went to an Italian restaurant. We got to thank Nick over at Strega Restaurant in the north end of Boston, Little Italy, and it was refreshing to be on that street because he was explaining to us that there's a mom and pop coffee house down the street that's been in the neighborhood for 100 years. They don't allow a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks to come in and like wipe out the family-owned businesses. And that street, for me, was a representation of what America should be.
Yeah.
Put it this way.
Yeah.
I ordered a hot tea. Now, this is an Italian restaurant, right? And there was a lot going on. They had singers coming in off the street singing Buccelli and Celine Dion. And then there was a guy who came out, made pasta out of a cheese wheel.
Oh, my God. It was awesome. It was amazing.
It was an amazing night. I felt like it was kind of Rat Packy. I felt like that would have been like the scene if the Rat Pack went out. There was just a lot going on in the restaurant. There was food kept coming to the table. It was a pretty cool night. The window was open. People were talking through the window. It was just
men were coming in and kissing Nick on both cheeks. And it was such an overload in a great way of the Italian culture that, first of all, I was I can't even say this part out loud. I'm going to get people pissed, but I was like, I felt like De Niro in Goodfellas. I get the half Irish. It's fucking holding me back. I wish I was full-blood Italian in that moment. And the other part of it is I started thinking, I think if I grew up like in an apartment above one of these restaurants in the North End, I think I could go my whole life living within 4 blocks right here. I barely leave this radius except to go to Mexico with the family once a year. You know what I mean? Or down to Miami when things get hot. But other than that, just it's. And I think when you say that's what America is to you, it should be obviously not all Italian, but like my father-in-law would always say it. Each neighborhood, and your dad knows this too, like the Irish were here, the Polish were here. So when you go in these neighborhoods, you're getting such authentic, the culture of the food and the tradition of what they do there, you know what I mean? And now it's all just one big blob of America, except for places like the North End, it was amazing. We got to kiss more. We discussed that.
Yeah. You had said during the night that the kiss on the greeting from man to man was something that you would like to incorporate into your daily life. Now, the kiss was only, I believe, on one side of the cheek, and it wasn't necessarily a kiss where there was lips on a cheek. It was almost like a, what would you say? Like a, yeah. It wasn't like a kiss where you're kissing somebody. Yeah, it was more of the gesture of like the kissing, right? But for some reason, it worked in that environment. My question to you is, does that work only in that environment, or could you do an air kiss on Sidney Crosby at when we met him at Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh?
No.
What's your take on throwing out a kiss? Like what?
Yeah. Well, what about after we did your New York run, which was amazing? We haven't even talked about that. All those shows you did at the Garden, which were unbelievable. So the last night you had a little party, a little get together with friends and family at the restaurant. And by the time I left, having had a bunch of beers in me, had a great time, and you were at the head of the table. I walked up and I was just saying goodbye. I gave you a kiss on the cheek, told you I loved you, and said catch you later. Now, did that make you feel anything? You're like, the fuck is that guy doing there with that?
You know what? The only thing I felt on that as you left, I said, Jesus Christ, this guy's got a coarse beard. Bro, I had to go to the bathroom to check to see if I had scarring on my cheek from your beard, bro.
Oh, shit. Well, when I kissed that guy, Nick, who owns the restaurant, I said, Nick, can I kiss you? He goes, only if you kiss both cheeks. He had beard, too. So we're rubbing beards. There was like friction. Sparks were coming off our fucking beards. But it's like... But I would never then see you 2 days later at the gym at the Four Seasons and hit you with another kiss. It was like a moment. I was having a great time. Been working with you for years. So to do it on a daily, I don't even know. Like these guys that were kissing Nick when they come in, if they see him tomorrow getting a cannoli at the bakery, are they kissing him again? Or is that just Saturday night kiss?
I don't know. I think it might be an environment type of deal where, it's the restaurant. Hey, how you doing? This and that. But if you're, like, to your point, at Target and he sees him getting toothpaste, does he go up and give him a kiss on the, what's, I think it's an environment thing.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing is, I see you, let's say we're living that life, right? I see you, your daughter's getting, well, that's like an example because everyone's going to kiss you then. But let's say I see you somewhere at a restaurant, I give you a kiss, but you're with a guy I don't like as much. Do I to you, and then I go, what's up, Bill? Like I don't hit him with a kiss at all. Just, Mike, how you doing? So, or do you kiss the whole party? That's the other thing. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know. Like if a Chinese guy walked in, is he getting a kiss on the cheek?
Right? The French do that all the time, though, don't they?
No, you know what? It is an Italian thing. you can't have it cross into another ethnicity. The New England Patriots guy walked in. He didn't get no fucking kiss, right?
Yeah, no. Well, he did, but he doesn't know Nick. And I only kissed Nick because I asked Nick for a kiss because I wanted to get the full authentic feel. You know what I mean? But otherwise, did he kiss you?
Did I get a kiss? No, I don't know if I got a kiss. I got a handshake.
You got security right next to you. It would have been hard to lean in and get a kiss.
I don't know if I got a kiss. Maybe I got a kiss on the way out. I forget.
That was it's one of those nights you can't even explain.
What else was there that happened? I don't want to get into the garden shows just yet because I think that's more of a meal.
The flying has been incredible, right? These private planes. But the last flight we had, maybe it was the first time I kind of noticed it was a day flight or whatever, but what's your take on being able to see the pilot flying, like moving the buttons and this and that? Because it made me very uncomfortable. I'd rather that door's closed, and we just because seeing how much stuff they do makes me realize there's a lot of room for error.
I agree, but put it this way. There's a little turbulence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you check up, let's say the plane jerks, right? Now, if he goes up to adjust something on the ceiling or something, do you go, oh shit, he forgot to level it off? Like, or do you go, oh no, he's just making sure that the wings are still on? There's a lot of like,
yeah,
you're interpreting what they're doing as being, oh, something's wrong. But
yes,
it's just like, yeah, can it be like, oh, you're in a car, you're adjusting the air conditioning?
It could, but even when we hit turbulence, Jock had just gone to the restroom. And Jock sat back down next to me, and then we hit turbulence, and the pilot he touches me, he goes, is that, and then he yells to the back, is that back door open? Can we close that back door? And the way he said it, I turned to Allie, and I said, is that causing the turbulence? Like, I thought he was like, close the fucking door, we're going down. Like, and I'm like, how could a bathroom door affect turbulence, right? So, but I think because we hit turbulence, he didn't want it rattling. But again, we hit the turbulence. Then he's touching a button down by his seat, and I'm like, he can't get out of this shit. He's like hitting the emergency seat button. Holy fuck, we're going down.
You know, it would really make me nervous if he hit an emergency thing and that both pilots popped up with parachutes, and we're still in the fucking.
Who was kidding? Your friend John there, he could probably land the plane.
That's what I'm saying.
He's amazing, this guy.
Well, John could do a lot of things. John is a guy, when shit hits the fan, you turn to and you go, do you know how to do this? And he goes, I'll figure it out. That's John.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like, just keep it level. Let me read the manual. Give me 5 minutes, and then we'll find the strip of land. We'll get this bitch down. Oh, yeah. So that, and then you notice when you can see what the pilots see, it's not this. It's almost like the way my dog walks with its ass out like this. It's like planes don't fly as straight as you think they do sometimes. They're kind of going like that and like that. I'm like, we're a rag doll up here. This whole thing is one big rag doll blowing in the goddamn wind.
Well, you know what's nice about it is you could go up to the cockpit and just ask questions. Because I asked, everybody talks about these chemtrails, like when you see these planes so I don't know if you noticed, I was looking outside. I was like, wow, there's a lot of these trails. So I go up to the guy, I go, what's this shit? I go, are we giving that out in the back of our plane? The smoke? He goes, what that is condensation. So once the heat hits the condensation in the air, you get that trail behind you. So I'm not even mentioning chemtrails. I just wanted to see what he said. So basically, it's like it's science. So that's just depending on where you are in the atmosphere and the moisture. It's just the heat hitting the moisture. That's what you get. It's
all
not,
these years. I'd be in my backyard. I see that going above. Fucking ruining the earth every flight.
Oh shit. So, it's nice. Every once in a while I'll go up there. It's nice when you're flying and you could just have a direct line to the pilots, because when you're flying commercial, I mean, it's not like you can knock on the door and go, "Hey guys, what the fuck was that?" With the, like here you could just go up and go, "What did we hit? Did we hit like what's out there?"
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, on the flip side, what would they be like if we were going down? Would they go, "Shut the fuck up, Sebastian! I can't talk to you right now"? And would you go, "Jesus Christ"? Like I don't know what that would be. Or would that still just be we're gonna be like, do they still talk nice to you right until you hit the ground? Like, we're gonna be fun. Boom. When does the real you come out as the pilot? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's a good question. Does like, if it's shit going bad down there and I went up there, would they turn around and go sit down, get the fuck in your seat? You're like, or if I came up there and go, "Hey, was that an air pocket?" Are they going to go, "Yeah, what happens is if we're 41,000 feet and then we go down to 40, generally hit air pocket"? Or do they just go, "Listen, bro, call your family. Call your fucking family"?
Oh, my God, bro. I believe that, right? Like, they're going to go, "No, some lightning hit the wing. We're probably going to go down, but just buckle in. It'll be okay." I don't think they, stick up. So, but it's been unbelievable, man.
One more thing about the flight.
Yeah.
I don't like the pilot with the jokes, and generally speaking, you don't get it, but I caught it, and I don't know. Oh, you weren't even on the flight. One pilot said, there's a water vest, a life preserver underneath your seat, but if we hit water, then I'm not really doing a good job because there's no water that we're flying over. Meaning we would have to veer way off path in order for us to say, "Guy, just don't even give me that." Like, don't even put that in my fucking head. I don't, because I don't know. Like, what do you want? Some medication where all of a sudden, we're going to LA and then you want to fucking go down to Mexico? What the? Just give me the briefing and get the fucking seat.
Well, I don't know, though. I take that as his way of saying, "I got to tell you about that, but don't even worry about it. We're not going to be over water." That's I don't know. That's kind of, I'll tell you what I don't like that these pilots are doing, though. They're loading the luggage. They're bringing us, or opening up the fridge, asking me if I want food. I don't think that what they do is getting the proper respect that it deserves. And I'm sorry if that means there's got to be more money. We don't need a flight attendant. We know what a fridge is. A pilot's only job should be the plane. I feel like when he's taking my bag, I'm being so nice to him, because I can't go to that part of the plane anyway. I'm not allowed in the back by the wing. I'm always like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that." And I'm trying to say to him, I know this isn't part of what you do. So I don't like them to have to do that.
Well, I mean, it is part of their job to load the bags in the plane. But
I feel like that shouldn't be the job of a pilot. A pilot flies a plane. Someone else loads the plane.
Yeah. There's a guy that takes the bags and helps them, but as far as situating the bags in the cargo area, that's solely the responsibility of the pilot.
Because of weight.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's just that they're back there. But you're right. Like when the guy it's like, "Can I get you a glass of water?" I'm like, "Guy, come on, you're flying an aircraft here. I got the water. I got it."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
I just got a lot of respect for what they do, man. That's all. I know you do too. I know you do too.
All right, that's the Pete and Sebastian show for this go around. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. There's a lot going on here with Pete and I on the road. Sorry we couldn't get all of it in on this episode, but tune in next week where we'll have a lot more road stories from the It Ain't Right tour, which has been really, really good. It was a long run. It was a 25-day run. Good to be back at the house, but we will be going out again shortly here, but we will see you guys next week. Check out Loose Ends Tuesday night on the Patreon page, the Pete and Sebastian Patreon page, which is only $5 a month. We've been getting a lot more people to sign up, Patrick. Patrick has been giving us the numbers. So if you're not a part of the Patreon page, you're missing out because there's a hell of a lot of content up there that we are giving our listeners, and $5.
And the most important is you can talk to us live. A lot of times you join, we take a ton of calls. So that's really fun. $5 a month.
So we'll see you there, and we'll see you next week.